That guy's did nothing, Ice.
He's got it.
Good call. I like that.
Exactly what you have to say.
Michigan, Nebraska this week is a very big game for the Bussin' Boys. We'll make a wager here as the show continues. We are jam-packed today, and as week 3 begins, let's start with opening statements. All right, Will Compton. No, Taylor Lewan, I'm starting with you. Give me an opening statement for week 3.
Week 3, I like the Rams over the Eagles. The Eagles have one weakness on defense, and it's whoever's opposite side of Mitchell. No one does a better job of Matthew Stafford in the pocket under pressure. No one does better than Matthew Stafford under pressure in the pocket.
Maybe we'll try it again 9 o'clock hour.
We'll try it again in the 9 o'clock hour.
Rams over Eagles, says Taylor Lewan. We're going to dive deep into that game. Will, give me an opening statement for week 3.
Congratulations to Dak Prescott. He will be the offensive player of the week in the NFL. Definitely the NFC.
Why do you say that?
The Bears. You look at week 1, J.J. McCarthy. Week 2, who was it? Jared Goff. Week 3, now Dak Prescott is up.
So what we're saying is that anyone who faces the Bears defense thus far has been the offensive player of the week. So we're giving it
throw a couple
to
shekels
Dak
on that?
Prescott. It's not a prop that we can find. Meanwhile, Dan, Dolphins tonight against Buffalo. What do you think?
Yeah, this feels like a must-win for the Miami Dolphins, but I don't think that they're going to get that done. This Buffalo football team is absolutely fantastic. Number one, it's the best offense in the NFL when it comes to putting multiple tight ends on the field. Advantage Buffalo. Miami's defense is bottom 5 in the NFL playing against multiple tight end offenses. And then Tua in this offense, while they looked better last week in week 2, I don't think they can hold up against a much improved Buffalo defense. Feels like a lot of weight in Miami, but Buffalo wins.
The game tonight in Buffalo. Let's do this game sort of quickly here, Chef G. Let's start with that. It feels like it's getting very noisy very early in Miami.
It is getting noisy. It is early in Miami. I think the ownership does not want to make a change. They're not planning to make a change. Their preference is not to make a change right now. But we all saw what happened on a Thursday night game a couple of years ago, a divisional game when the Raiders blew out the Chargers, when it was noisy around the Chargers. The next day, they made changes. They fired people. And so that's always possible, but that's not the plan and not the preference in Miami. They think they have a good team, even though they have not started that way, even though the people on the outside don't think that way. We have Tua saying that he's half the quarterback that Josh Allen is in the press conference this week. We have an offense that relies on tight ends that doesn't really have a tight end to go to. There are a lot of issues for this football team. And again, that noise isn't going away anytime soon, but the team would prefer not to.
But you were telling me that it's noisier outside than inside?
I think there is more noise from the outside. They think that they have a pretty good football team and they can get it back on track.
So, Will, when you hear the noise is louder on the outside and not so noisy on the inside, what would that make you think?
The problem is you can't read the directions when you're inside the box. It is as bad as it seems on the outside for the Miami Dolphins. You see all of the drama that we get to witness on display publicly. You see Coach McDaniels, everybody's coming after him. Look, if you're winning, the quirky stuff, it works. When you're losing, it's a lot like it seems on the outside. I think Miami's in a lot of trouble. They're going to get boat raced by the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, it's very loud on the outside, but anytime it's after week 1, you're having a players-only meeting where everybody has to sit back and listen to six captains say the same thing in their version, and then you have somebody the next game with a Cessna 172 flying a fly across saying fire the GM, fire the head coach. It's very clear what is inevitable, and it might not be this week, but it's going to happen at some point.
Tall task tonight. They played better in week 2. This is what I say to everybody. Give me the people on Miami's roster that you know of. Give me the names.
Well, you know them. You know Tyler Hill, you know Tua, you know Jalen Waddle.
There's just not a ton of talent on the roster. There's a little bit of injury involved with that, but they just don't have a very talented roster right now to truly go up against Buffalo and Baltimore and the Chargers. Where they are.
They get the Bills tonight. So that's how week 3 will begin. Meanwhile, Sheffield, let's run the hurry up. We got a lot of injury news out there, and it starts with the quarterback in D.C.
Well, Jayden Daniels did not practice yesterday. He's not going to practice today, and the team says the earliest he will practice is Friday. My understanding is Jayden Daniels is pushing to play. There are others that don't want him to be out there. We'll see how this unfolds. It certainly feels like it's trending a little bit towards Marcus Mariota right now. But again, the Friday practice, I would think, would go a ways towards determining whether or not Daniels will be back. Meanwhile, Justin Fields already ruled out on a Wednesday. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn not waiting, not taking any chances. He's seen this before, and so he's saying with Justin Fields in concussion protocol, we're already making the proactive move to rule him out. They will go with Tyrod Taylor against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday on the road. The Bucs coming off a short week. Meanwhile, the Chiefs have a pivotal Sunday night game in New York against the Giants. They haven't won a game, but it looks like they'll be getting back Xavier Worthy because he was limited in practice yesterday. Jalen Royals, the rookie wide receiver, also back. So there's a chance that the Chiefs will get some help in an area where they really need it. With Worthy back, possibly Jalen Royals back, and they would have two more weapons against the New York Giants on Sunday night as they look for their first win of the season.
Look, no one might be more hopeful to get Worthy back on the field this week than Travis Kelce, who's the one who accidentally injured him in Week 1. Here's Travis on the rough start for the Chiefs on his podcast this week.
Right now, we're just not executing to the degree that we hold ourselves accountable to, and that's just. It starts up top with Coach Reed and how he holds us accountable, and then us players got to hold each other accountable. I got to be there for my guys, man, knowing that they put a lot on my plate to be a good player for this team, and I need to answer that bell, man.
It's a huge week for the Chiefs, and you might think, oh, easy win, they'll play the Giants who are winless. Well, here's what I said, or what I meant when I said they have to do something they've never done. The Chiefs have never won at the Giants. Last time they played in New York was 2017, Mahomes' rookie year. He didn't play. Kansas City still lost despite being a 10-point favorite. So you say to yourself, this should be the get-right spot. Will, if the Chiefs lose Sunday night to the Giants, what does it mean?
It means that the Roman Empire has fallen if the Chiefs lose to the Giants. You start off 0-3. I don't know the data on teams that go 0-3 and they make the postseason or even make the Super Bowl. But if you lose to the New York Giants, if the Chiefs lose to the New York Giants, which I don't think they will, but the Roman Empire has officially fallen.
What does the conversation look like if they go 0-3 and win the Super Bowl? No quarterback's ever done that. Does that mean we're talking real GOAT talk?
Yeah, we're a long way away from that.
I'm just saying.
That's a long way away.
As long as I've known Will Compton's been Chiefs are dead, they're going to die, and now he's finally might be right.
Here's what I will say. Watching the Giants play defense last week, and candidly the first 2 weeks of this season, if this isn't the spot that Mahomes and company can get right, I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah, but there's no easy fix for this offense right now. Like we're often asked, what's the one thing? There isn't one. There's really only one thing that's gone well, Mahomes and his legs. Mahomes is the leading rusher in the NFL quarterbacks. He's on track for over 1,000 yards rushing. And so if you're trying to find something that has to improve, one thing that has to improve this week with the wide receiver injuries, hopefully you can get your running game going, but even that has had some struggles. Like number one, I would tell you that Pacheco's got to have some better vision with some of these runs. He's got this lead with this tight end, and he's going to follow the tight end outside, but if he follows the pulling guard and center, this is at least a 5 to 7 yard run. He goes outside instead of inside. There's a huge seam inside. So I think just some of their patience in their run game will pay off because it feels like they're trying to hit a home run on every play, let alone pass or run. Pulling guard. Now we're going to have the opportunity to have a kick out. And again, the tight end is going to miss on their block. So it's like everybody takes the opportunity. There's a seam there. There's a hole. Tight end gets his butt kicked. Everyone's taking like a play.